Hey everybody, Coop here. So Nancy Pelosi was asked about the destruction of statues. Never tone deaf, Nancy made a unifying appeal for decency.
By a commission or the city council, not a mob in the middle of the night throwing it into the harbor?
People will do what they do.
The only thing missing was her munching on some gourmet ice cream as she said this. People will do what they do. That has a familiar ring to it, doesn't it? I've heard something like that before.
That some people did something?
Oh yeah, there it is. So it just keeps on getting better in de Blasio land. Just look at this. Yeah, I know it looks bad, but there's a positive here. Everybody's wearing masks, so we can take solace in that. De Blasio's real name is Wilhelm. Yeah, he changed his name. New York went ahead and elected Angela Merkel. Twice. He's a Fugazi Italian who looks like a witch who's transitioning to a man. He's demonized the police for years, and we're seeing the results now. What used to be a safe city is now quickly becoming dangerous again. It's like de Blasio looked at Chicago and Detroit's homicide numbers and got jealous. So now we're not holding criminals on bail, we're emptying the prisons because of COVID-19, and the mayor's endangering the police. He's made the streets so unsafe that he's literally painting over the problem. He's a charisma-deficient, gawky, aging Antifa criminal enabler, and I can't believe this guy actually ran for president with a straight face. So CNN keeps delivering the truth bombs. Nah, just kidding. It's a different kind of bomb. Like here in this report, with this homeless lady in the background. Can there be a more perfect metaphor for CNN's reporting? I'm kind of curious how this ended. Did the homeless lady have toilet paper? Did she bother the reporter? Excuse me, can I borrow your mask? I'll give it back. And speaking of news, Dr. Joseph Fair, MSNBC and NBC science contributor, documented his personal ordeal with COVID-19. And then admitted he didn't actually have it. That's right, fake flus. It's Dr. Jussie Smollett. To be fair, there were people who said that this was top-notch journalism, but the people who said that were Dan Rather and Brian Williams.
Through your eyes.
So the serious subject I wanted to get to was simply being in shell shock. In terms of the culture war, we are in the middle of what seems like a World War Z frenzy, an all-out attack on American ideals. It's all getting bull rushed, and it seems like every multinational company except Goya is supporting it. And we're told that we need to have a conversation. Well, is there a conversation? There's no conversation, there's no vote, there's no discussion. It's just gone.
It's gone.
This goes against societal principles that my hero, Milton Friedman, lays out.
But to treat him as a person with his own values and his own rights. A person to be persuaded, not coerced, not forced, not bulldozed, not brainwashed.
There's been very little effort spent on persuading. Honestly, try to follow along. We've gone from Floyd's heinous execution, which caused universal outrage, to immediate political shifting and positioning. It went from punishment to those officers, to police reform everywhere, to police demonization everywhere, to police defunding, to Kaepernick had a point, to Kaepernick was right, to Kaepernick's a hero. Opposing Kaepernick makes you a racist.
Define the national anthem is fine. Kneeling is fine. The Confederate flag is racist. The American flag is racist. Blue Lives Matter is racist. All Lives Matters is racist. Black Lives Matter isn't radical. Opposing them on any grounds makes you racist. Gone with the wind is gone with the wind. Cops, Law and Order, Paw Patrol, see ya. Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, Cream of Wheat Guy, out. Confederate statues, Union statues, forefather monuments. Ches is good. No wait, Chop is good. All things Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, the Washington Redskins, and maybe the Texas Rangers next. And the most important point, the most critical thing to remember, it's all Trump's fault.
Have you been sufficiently persuaded? Or have you been coerced, forced, bulldozed by the brainwashed? So why is this all happening? I'll answer that in a second, after this quick promotional message. With my opinions, do you think that Silicon Valley is really going to help me?
Forget about it. Forget about it.
Right, we don't know each other, but I need to ask for your help. I need you to like, subscribe, and share this. And if you're on Twitter, follow me at Comic Dave Cooper. And if you want to be a total ninja warrior, liking on both YouTube and Twitter would make you a stellar Hall of Fame individual. Well, what's Joe Biden's main deficiency?
Enthusiasms.
Lack of enthusiasm. So suddenly, poof, a Marxist explosion with very little rebuke from the Democrats. When Pelosi says this,
Night throwing it into the harbor?
People will do what they do.
that's important because in the past, she said this.
That we have to hold the center, that we have to go down the mainstream.
They know that.
Other sane left voices like Chris Matthews have stated this.
I think affection and patriotic feeling about the country and feeling about life and choice and traditional values, if you will, the Democrats are very cold about those things. And I think they really miss a chance to win by simply identifying with the feelings of the country better.
There's no Sister Soldier moment on the horizon here.
Named Sister Soldier.
Biden is even beginning to parrot AOC's nonsense.
Basically a green dream.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change.
Science tells us we have 9 years.
Anybody to become the enemy. They're supposed to be protecting these people.
The thing that amazes me is how can Biden be ahead in the polls when he's pandering to the crazy left? Well, a totally corrupt media comes in handy. The media is all out on Trump blame as far as corona is concerned, even when Democrat governors are provably to blame for deaths. These days, truth and the media go together about as well as peanut butter and salmon. For instance, when a centrist editor of the New York Times gets blown out of the hemisphere by the left, that should tell you something about the state of news. But one thing that also can't be hidden is the state of Joe Biden's mind.
You know, the rapidly rising I don't know.
I wonder how the media is going to keep you in the matrix on that one, to try to trick you into believing that political dementia and actual dementia will be a great combo for the country. This is a very dangerous time for the nation, as we're being actively manipulated. And it will be a terrible tragedy if it works. Because if you feel coerced and bulldozed now, you're not going to want to see what happens with the Biden presidency.
I agree that everybody, once they
Thanks for watching, but you know what? You don't have to stop, you can watch more. I recommend the one on the left. Left! No, left. Okay, the right works too. Unless you're watching this on Twitter, in which case it makes no sense because there's no end screen popping up.